What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. CDK Boxing. Let's talk boxing. Man, listen up. We got the Gwoat tonight. We got the Gwoat tonight on the menu. And we will be live on our guy BBO channel and my channel as well, man. Sports Talk Network, that's our thing. We about to, drop something big for y'all. We got a lot of things going on. So y'all tune in to get ready. Now, speaking on this Clarissa Shields and we know Layla Ali, they really don't like each other. But it's crazy to think that I heard, Muhammad Ali's wife say that she wanted Clarissa Shields to beat Layla Ali's butt. That's crazy. I thought they was close, but I was wrong about that. You understand what I'm saying? I was wrong about that. And it seems that her and Layla don't talk or whatever. So I'm just trying to see how that plays out, man. I hate to hear that, you know what I'm saying? I really do. I know Muhammad Ali loved his wife, and I know he loved his daughter Layla, man. So that right there in itself, you know what I'm saying? Man. Now, Clarissa the Gwoat Shields taking on Danielle Perkins, man, tonight. Like I said earlier, you know, I'm thinking about this fight and saying to myself, what does Danielle Perkins bring to the table? She's tall, long. She has an amateur background, amateur pedigree. She was a world bronze and gold medalist. So that tells me she knows a little bit about what she's doing. She has 5 professional fights, 5 wins. Two of them coming by way of knockout. You know what I'm saying? You already know no losses, of course. So I'm definitely ready to see how it plays out. I think that Clarissa the Gwoat Shields, to me, she is the greatest woman of all time. But like I said, we still need to get these other women before her respect. A lot of women came before the Gwoat, you know what I'm saying? And when I heard promoters say, or her promoters say that, you know what I'm saying, Clarissa Shields is the reason for women's boxing, I think it's a real disrespect to the women that came before her, the ones like Layla Ali, you know what I'm saying? And Wolf and all those women, Christy Martin, Mia St. John. There have been so many phenomenal women. Ada Velez, the first Puerto Rican women's world champion. There have been so many women that came before that paved the way for Clarissa to be able to do what she's doing right now. Even Clarissa Shields looked up to Layla Ali. So that tells you a lot right there. You know what I'm saying? Clarissa Shields looked up to Layla Ali. And a lot of people may not realize that. Now, I hate to see that these women are, you know what I'm saying, feuding or bickering or having problems with each other because, man, it would be so great. But, a lot of people keep talking about a fight. I think Layla Ali is almost 50 years old. I definitely don't want to see Layla Ali versus Clarissa Shields. What can Layla Ali actually do with, you know what I'm saying, a younger, talented GOAT? Even in their prime, I would favor you know what I'm saying? I definitely will favor Clarissa Shields. I gotta say that. I think that times have changed. Like when me talking to Ada Velez, she told me the one thing that's different is the women boxers are much better today than they was back then. Back then you only had a handful of women that was actually, you know what I'm saying, able to compete today. Now we know that Ann could have competed today, man. Ann Wolf was a monster, great power. There was a fight, man. That would have been a great fight. Her and Layla Ali. I hate that fight never happened. I would have loved to have seen that fight and seen how it played out. But, it didn't get to happen. But like I said, the Gwoat tonight, you know what I'm saying? It seems like she's been up under the radar. Seems like a lot of people are not paying attention to what's going on with her because, basically she's fighting right after David Benavidez and David Morrell. Like I said, it was bad. This was a bad deal for her. But she's going home to Flint, Michigan. And she's going back, you know what I'm saying, to take care of business. And I think it's gonna make her a 5 or 6 weight division world champion. She's been undisputed. She's going for undisputed again. I think this will be her 3rd or 4th time. You know what I'm saying? If it happens, and I definitely got her winning. I paid attention to Danielle Perkins. Danielle Perkins, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, she has a nice jab, nice range, decent power, but she's very flat-footed, not very mobile. And against Clarissa Shields, I think it's going to be a problem. I think so Clarissa definitely has faster hands. She moves around the ring better, great footwork. So Danielle Perkins gonna be in for a long night. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely gonna be in for a long night. I don't know how it plays out, but it's not gonna be a stoppage. Put it that way. If you're putting your money up, don't worry about you know what I'm saying. You can definitely bet on it going the distance. One thing about these women fight, these 10 to 12 round fights, whatever, 10 rounds, 2 minutes. It's hard to get in that groove and knock somebody out when you're only getting 2 minute rounds. And I think that's what Amanda Serrano has always been really preaching about, man. Saying, hey, we want to have the 12 round fights. We want the 3 minutes, and I can understand why. You're not gonna knock nobody out if you can't get in that groove. Everybody doesn't have one punch knockout power, and I think Clarissa, I definitely can tell this. Clarissa Shields has more power now that she's went up in weight than she had before. You seen in her last fight how she got the stoppage, man. And I think, when you're losing a lot of that weight, even with guys like Devin Haney, who people say can't punch, I think Devin, as he goes up, some people are not born punches. It's simple as that. But I also think that you can lose so much weight that the power definitely won't be there. If you don't have power from the beginning and you're losing, you're cutting all that weight like Devin Haney, my guy, you're not going to have the power. But with Devin Haney going up and possibly going up to 147, I think you'll see a little different. And he needs to sit down his punches more. So I'm definitely ready to see how Devin Haney does. Devin Haney signed with Turkey, which is Ream Magazine promotional company. He signed straight to Turkey. Man, Turkey doing it big, man. And I'm going to tell you this right now. A lot of those fighters are going to be signing with Turkey in the near future. I look for him to probably sign 5 to 10 fighters before the year is out. Turkey Al-Sheikh has definitely took over boxing, whether people like it or not. I do like the fact that David Benavidez said last night, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be his call, but he wants to have the fight, man, over here in America, Arthur Beterbiev or Dimitri Bivol. But it's not going to be his call or decision. But I don't think Turkey Al-Sheikh definitely has a problem with that. He don't mind, having fights in America. People have tried to use that as an excuse. One of the things Tank has had a problem with, he said all the fights over there in Saudi Arabia. And I've heard Turkey say repeatedly, it don't have to be over here. You can fight in Las Vegas, wherever you want to fight at. All I want to do is make the best fights. People need to let that go. And I'm definitely looking forward to possibly, Tank, working with Turkey. Now, that card last night PBC put on, it was a phenomenal card. Cormel Moten, once again, if you paid attention to him last night, Cormel Moten, one of the things I was worried about, Cormel Moten has basically been overwhelming other fighters. You know what I'm saying? The talent level where he's at against the people he's fighting is ridiculous. And he basically goes in there, and a lot of times you see him go in there and just blast opponents out the ring, and he doesn't focus on his defense. But last night I seen something. I could see the defense, you know what I'm saying? I could see him setting up the shots. And he still sometimes throws 8 to 10 punch combinations, which I'm not a big fan of. I think sometimes you got to reset. When you letting your hands go, throw 3, 4 punches, you know what I'm saying? Maneuver, you know what I'm saying? Get out the way and reset. When you're throwing a lot of combinations like that, 8 to 10 shots, you're going to get countered. And he was getting countered in a lot of those fights, you know what I'm saying? And I was scared that maybe he was going to get caught by a lesser opponent and possibly get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But he changed it up. He's focusing on defense now. We know he had a lot of problems with his weight in his last fight. He wasn't able to make weight. And he's young. People got to understand the young man is what? I think he's 18 years old. 18. So, he's growing. He's coming into his full manhood. And that's why he had problems with the weight. I think, you know what I'm saying, we're going to see him at 140 to 147 pounds. The only thing about it, he kind of struggles with, he had the same problem Tank has, man. Height. He's only 5'5", 5'5.5". So, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be short. Guys are going to have the advantage on him when he steps up in competition if he's at 140 or 147 pounds. But the talent is there, man. That young man is special. And I definitely think it's time for Floyd to raise the bar. No more of these cab drivers, no more of these lower level competition type fights. He needs to step up. And I'm saying it's early in his career, but, man, he's ready. You can look at some fighters and say, man, he don't need 20 or 30 fights to get these big matches. And when we see him, Cormel Moten, we know that Cormel Moten doesn't need that type of, whatever you want to call it, experience. He already got the experience. That young man, I would love to see him in a title fight maybe by the end of the year. Maybe get him 2, 3 more fights in. And by the end of the year, if nothing else, put him in there with a guy in the top 5, top 10, and let's see how it plays out. I think, man, basically, I think Floyd moved Tank like he should have moved him. And I think he's going to do the same thing with Cormel Moten. One thing about Floyd, he's very smart. When he's focusing on his fighter and not himself, he knows how to move a guy. I believe the reason Floyd lost a lot of those fighters is because he was focusing more on himself than the actual fighters. Floyd Mayweather still loves the spotlight. And when you've been in the spotlight all your life, it's hard to get out of that spotlight. It's hard to let it go. That's why you see a lot of these guys like Roy Jones and the Mike Tyson, even though people saying it's the money, man, it's hard to let go of doing something that you love to do and you've been doing since a little kid. I understand, man, that the feeling of getting in there, you know what I'm saying, of being great again, of hearing the crowd roar, man, there ain't no feeling like that in the world. And that's what's wrong. You know, a lot of these guys still want to hear the crowd roaring for them and calling their name. But man, it comes a time, Father Time is undefeated, that you have to let that go. So I'm definitely glad, you know what I'm saying, that Carmel Moten is on the right path. I think he's with the right person, whether people like Floyd Mayweather or not. And I think Floyd's gonna do good by him. I hope that Floyd has learned from, you know, past mistakes with fighters, because we've seen that Devin Haney's come through his gym, Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis. They all go and work with Floyd, but they won't sign to him. That tells you a lot, man. When people are willing to work with you, but they won't do business with you. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. They work with Floyd all the time. They go and pick his brain and get his knowledge and see what he knows, but they never want to sign that contract. So that tells Floyd right there, hey, maybe I need to change a few things. Even Earl Spence, you know, Floyd was had Earl up on them all the time, and I thought that, you know, I kept saying, man, why don't none of these guys want to sign to Floyd Mayweather promotional company? But you hear the things that's being said, how Floyd pays them. He wants to give them allowances instead of getting them, you know, what they supposed to get. I think it's that Al Hammond thing, and even with PBC, and that's why they said PBC is having money problems. Like I say all the time, Tank Davis, man, is a phenomenal talent, but he don't have to go over there to sign with Turkey. But Canelo Alvarez is a phenomenal talent, and Canelo Alvarez sells more than anybody in America, and he's willing to go over there and work with Turkey. So I hope that kind of opens up Tank eyes, man, because Shakur Stevenson is definitely, you know what I'm saying, gonna have Turkey in play when it's time to try to make that fight. I know PBC. I think Al Hammond, he's smart. If he realizes, hey man, I need backing, Al Hammond's a smart guy, man. I think he's the smartest guy in boxing. Turkey has the most money, but I believe Al Hammond is the smartest. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe Al would be able and be willing to work with Turkey Al Sheik to see how things play out. Man, listen, Clarissa the Gwoat Shielders tonight. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I can't wait. We will be live tonight. Y'all know what it is, man. CDK, STN, that Sports Talk Network. We doing our thing, man. Check out my guys, man. D Free, BVO, man. Thomas, all of us guys. Listen, man. We finna to do something different. We gonna bring it together. There's a bunch of real men coming together. A bunch of real men about to show y'all what real brotherhood look like. We ain't finna be going talking behind each other back. We ain't gonna be worrying about who started this, who started that. We all started it together, man. Shout out to my brothers, and y'all be looking forward to us, man, in the near future. And hey, we're gonna have a lot of good things coming for y'all. This is CDK Boxing. Like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. I'm out.